so much work to do. And do I get any thanks? Well, I do. But I could use more.
Hey, can you tell Johnny I want to see him later in my personal bunk? We got important things to discuss.
Hey there, Vault Dweller. I've heard all about the plans for that Vault 79 raid of yours, so I'll spare you the time and tell you I'm in. All that sweet, sweet gold is as good as ours. And you've done a good job with that, haven't you? Don't worry, you were plenty careful. But old Johnny's got his ways. Well, see, that's where it gets tricky. There's this other job I need some assistance with before I can devote any time to stealing from what's left of the federal government. And from what I've seen and heard, you're just the sort of person that could help me out. Ah, great. Enthusiasm. I love it. So here's what's what. I used to run jobs with my partner, Hal. Hal's a dear old friend. Known him since before the war. Hal and I went our separate ways when I joined up with Meg's crew. Now he's being held as a slave by a group of unsavory hooligans out by Watoga. And being forced to do who knows what. I got a plan to free him. All right, shoot. Well, these guys run a deadly arena competition out of the old Civic Center. Now, Meg asked me to scope it out and find out what their deal was. See if maybe we could get them to join us. It was clear these weren't the type of people we wanted in our crew. Slavery's a big no-no with Meg. And these folks are all about it. But while I was betting on one of the matches, I spotted Hal waiting on people hand and foot in one of the arena's luxury boxes. My best guess is that when he and I split, he kept following the trail south. The hooligans from the Watoga arena must have offered him his life in exchange for servitude. Knowing Hal, he probably figured he would bide his time and find a way out of his situation later. Now, it happened after we found the crater and decided to settle, but Hal's not the type who enjoys being in one place for too long. To be honest, neither am I. But Meg's crew offers resources and opportunities that we just weren't finding on our own anymore. Well, Hal thought we'd be better off on our own. I told him I was staying put. He struck out by himself, and that was the end of it. The best cons require a partner, someone to help sell the illusion. In this case, my partner, that would be you, are going to play a critical role in selling that illusion. I could probably rescue Hal myself, but it's riskier than I like. Now, I figure with your skills, there's very little chance we could screw this up. Good. Right, so about this competition. People fight for riches, food, supplies, whatever they're willing to bet. Half the competitors are slaves, and their masters are betting on them. Others are just people trying to make their fortune. Now, Hal isn't much of a fighter, so he's being held there by one of these guys for some other purpose. I want to pass you off as my slave. I'll make a deal to sell you to Hal's master after you win the competition that will rig in your favor. Once you get into the slave quarters, you and Hal will break out and rendezvous with me. Any questions? As you should. Fair enough. I know it sounds insane, but trust me, I've pulled off much more complicated and dangerous cons. This is nothing. If you stick with me and do what I tell you, it'll go smooth as pre-war butter. I'll be doing all the heavy lifting. It seems to change from time to time, but I got word that the next competition is your standard arena battle. You versus whatever feral ghouls and other creatures they've dug up. The first prize goes to whichever combatant clears them out fastest. You will. I'm gonna rig the competition in your favor, so there's no way you'll lose. Now, on the off chance you somehow fail, I won't be happy, but we'll have to improvise. Think of this as a trial run for the vault job. It'll let me know how much I can trust you. That is a bit of an unknown, so it's mostly gonna be on you to figure out? See, luckily after the competition, the place tends to clear out pretty fast, so you'll only have like a few guards to deal with. They're nothing special, so whichever direction you choose to go, I think you'll be able to handle it. Of course, I'll help where I can. All right, so here's how it'll go down. Meet me at the Watoga Civic Center, and I'll do some legwork before you get there. You'll want to slip in the back entrance. I'll be waiting, in character. We'll get you into the competition, and I'll go over the final details with you once I know more. See you there, partner. Still can't believe they're all dead. David, Margie, Freddie. None of those groups survived.
That doesn't surprise me as much as the others. I mean, the Responders, the Brotherhood of Steel, even the damn Free State.
Oh yeah, tell Ren to make sure people look out for salvageable supplies on their next raid. That last haunt is beyond repair. All merchandise is guaranteed to kill what you want dead.
You need supplies? See Rap. Just don't touch anything unless you plan on buying. The guy's got a stick up his ass about fingerprints.
Welcome to the Watoga Civic Center, the future of events. The Watoga Civic Center welcomes you. Presidential debate happens here.
Keep quiet and let me do the talking from now. Follow me, and remember, you're my slave.
Oh, there you are. Well, hurry along then, we're late. You're lucky I didn't feed you to the Mylocks when I had the chance.
Hey, your slave doesn't have his collar on. You better take him inside and fix that quick before he does something you'll regret.
No worries, old chap. I've got it right here. Poor thing's got the trots, he does. Had to go round the back way so he could do his duty outside before entering. Like the proper scum he is. She'll be all empty now. What do you have to say for yourself, slave? Good, because it'll be the end of you if you do.
Just make sure he doesn't make a mess, because I'm the one who's gotta clean it up. And get that stinking collar on him.
Aye! You heard the nice bloke. Come over here, so I can put this collar around your scrawny neck.
Thanks for playing it cool. I signed you up as an alternate to get you into today's match. So you'll go in if one of the current fighters loses before the match is over. I have a good feeling that's gonna happen, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Now, if you screw up and they try to detonate your collar, it's on to plan B. Kill everyone, save Hal, and make it out alive. Sorry, just trying to make this more believable. Yeah, I was going to enroll you as the septic survivor, but I'll think of something a little more dignified. Now, other than that, I'm going to need you to roll with the punches, just like you did back there. No sense blowing our cover over egos. It's a deterrent in case a fighter tries to escape or turns on the audience, or in the case of today's match, if they end a round in last place. It's designed to blow up at the push of a button, taking your neck with it. But don't worry, I've replaced yours with a dud collar. I picked it up last time I was here and removed the explosives. Like it? It's a character I whipped up just in case. I don't want anyone here knowing who I am or tracing it back to the crater. So instead, I'm
Reginald P. Humphreys, from jolly old England, mate. Got stuck in DC when the airplane stopped running. I couldn't make it back across the pond.
I know, it's not elegant, but when the lie is specific and disgusting enough, people don't bother asking questions. As you can see, it worked. Well, there's not much to go over. If all else fails, we're going out guns blazing. It won't be ideal. And we'll need to murder every last one of these chumps, and still rescue Hal. Let me be clear, do not lead us into Plan B. I will not be happy. While you're down here, I'll work my magic in the stands, doing recon and making deals. There are 3 rounds. You'll need to fend off whatever they throw at you. Between each round, I'll come back here for a pep talk, and we'll discuss our various options. I'm counting on you to come in first. Don't let me down.
All right, Atomic Avenger. Get out there when they call you. And don't let me down. I've got a lot of caps riding on What did I say? No biscuits till you've earned it. Scum like you doesn't speak unless spoken to.
Grab some dirty water or whatever meat we've got on us. Now that great show and pro nuclear dog is currently in last place. How will our next competitor stack up? Let's bring him out.
Hey, that's you. Get out there. Step away, scum.
After the first round, 3 will go on, and 1 will lose his head. Sorry to spoil it, folks, but our all-time fighter, Nvidia Share, just acting tonight. Sorry, Tom. That's just the way it is. Now who's ready to see some fireworks?
Wow, people out there seem impressed. Keep it up, and this'll be a piece of cake. Okay, listen up. I found a couple ways we can tip the scale in our favor. Now, Nuclear Don was using some strange new blend of chems to give himself an edge. And now he's dead, we can steal it. Use it ourselves. I also discovered a powerful turret system built into the arena. I bet I can hack it and turn it against your targets in the ring. Sure. Okay, now option 1. Steal and use performance-enhancing chems from Nuclear Dawn's locker while I distract the guard. Now option 2, I can hack the arena's turret system to fight for you during your round. You got it. Based on what I heard, this shouldn't arouse suspicion because malfunctions happen all the time with their system.
Good job, Atomic Avenger. But you're gonna need to do better than that to win the final round. Second place is now last place.
After you win, I'll come meet you down on the arena floor, where we'll go over the final plans. Then you're on your own. Oh, I also found some new information we can use to our advantage, if you so choose. Now, I'm certain I can convince Maxima Maddie to throw the round if I tell her I'll disable her collar and buy her freedom. So what kind of help do you want from me this round? Sure thing. Okay, now option 1. Steal and use performance-enhancing chems from Nuclear Dawn's locker while I distract the guard. Or option 3, I can con Maxima Maddie into throwing the round, which will make it unlikely you'll come in last place. A sure thing. Maddie's anxious and focused on self-preservation. She'll be an easy con. Look, it's unfortunate what happens to the losers here, but Maddie deserves to die. I just need you to go talk to the guard and distract him while I do it. You cool with that, right? Oh, no, of course not. And I'm not actually gonna disable her collar. No, she'll pop like the others. Don't worry, though. She deserves it. She was exiled and sold into slavery because she killed kids and ate them. Real nasty stuff. Good, go do your thing and I'll do mine.
Stand down, slave. It'd be a shame if you were to get injured before your next fight. You know, slaves are supposed to keep to themselves and shut the hell up. But, what the heck. You're right, I'm bored as shit down here. What do you want to know? Hell if I know. I might have been 2 years old at the time. This world is all I've ever known.
I'm going to make your last remark to your feet on me. And this is all done. You're free to go.
Are you kidding? Fuck that. They'll blow my collar if I lose.
Not if I disable it first.
Alright. You got yourself a deal, mister. Can't wait to get out of here.
Glenn. Yeah, I never liked it. But I never had the heart to change it, even though everyone else around here changed theirs after civilization fell. Yeah, funny story. I ran into Sargento and his gang out in the capital Wasteland. I was just a scrappy kid at the time, and I stole cans of food from him. Got caught, and wound up in a fist fight with the boss man himself. I decked him hard with a sucker punch, but he laughed it off and offered me a job as a caravan guard. When we settled here, I just kept at it. Only now, instead of keeping jerks away, I keep them in. Nah, parents are dead. Died when I was 14 before I joined up with Sargento. Never had any brothers or sisters. No wife, no kids. I only have to worry about myself. This whole thing's pretty new, so there's not much, but... Oh, this one gal, a volunteer, not a slave, mind you. She climbs up on the back of this huge Yaogwai and starts riding it around. It's thrashing around, trying to get at her, but she pulls out this length of rusty barbed wire and saws its damn head off. Then she tosses it in Sargento's lap and spits at his feet. Oh, the most badass thing I've ever seen. She left with her prize and never came back. Too bad. You don't take hints very well. Do you need a blunt force reminder of your place here, slave?
You're the bloody slayers, and I'm your master. Don't make me remind you of...
You've got a lot of nerve talking to me.
Listen up. Here's what's gonna happen now. Sargento will offer you a drink from the winner's cup. It's laced with a heavy sedative to knock you out and counter the adrenaline, in case you were to try something stupid. Here's a key. Keep it hidden. After you and Hal bust out, meet me here. Okay, look. Sargento's coming. He already wants to buy you, so other than the formalities, it's a done deal. Any questions? It's what I do. Now you understand why Meg keeps me around. Sargento's a sick bastard, but he's a man of his word, if nothing else. He's not the type to renege on a deal. Yeah, this place will be cleared out, and the guards won't be looking here. Besides, you seem like the bloodthirsty type. You may end up killing them all anyway. Alrighty.
Time to get back into character then. Sargento.
Reggie, my friend. Your fighters performed just as well as you said. There's a lot of profit to be made on a crime killer like this.
Sure you want to give him up? Yeah, mate. I'm chuffed. But I'm looking to move on out. And I think he's better served here with you.
Yeah, I get it. Gotta fetch a good price while you still can. Anything else I should know about this one?
Nah, me trudge here's bloody brill. Wins fights and rarely gets knackered. All's good, isn't it?
Hey, you're a good one, Reg. You got yourself a deal. And we'll settle up after I hit it with my others. All right, my new slave. Time to celebrate with a drink from the winner's cup.
Bottoms up.
New guy, huh? Hope you last longer than the last one. I am. It's a little strange you know that. It's probably better if you didn't know. Unrelated side note, stick to the gruel they give you. Stay away from the meat.
Wait, Johnny?
I'm surprised he'd come to save me. That's great. What's the plan? Funny you should say. I've been working on my escape. Wasn't gonna go until tomorrow night, but now works. It took weeks, but I quietly dug out the wall behind the bookshelf with a rusty spoon. It'll take us into the next room over, then we can sneak away around the guards. Once you make a move, I'll be right behind you. Gotta get out of here! Sure hope you've got a plan. Now's not the time for small talk. Johnny! How the heck are you? Thanks for busting me out of there.
Hal. My man. You look like hell. And it suits you. Because that's exactly where you're going. Hey. Thanks, Vault Dweller. I did. Sorry for misleading you, but if you knew I was only coming here to kill Hal, you probably wouldn't have come along. Hal ripped me off. On our last job, he took way more than his fair share of the cut, then lied about it. By the time I found out, he had decided to part ways under the guise of not wanting to settle down at the crater. I needed to send a message that no one pulls a fast one on Gentleman Johnny Weston. Not even my best friend Hal. It was purely personal. Hal crossed me, I had to be the one to do him in. Not some two-bit wannabe Roman emperor like Sargento. In this business, you gotta be cold. Look at it this way. All at once I got my revenge and saved him from a lifetime of servitude. Think of it as a small mercy. Easy. Don't ever try to pull any shit with me like Hal did. And you'll never have to worry about me pulling a trigger in your face. Okay. Before we go, there's one small matter we should discuss. I want you to tell Meg I get a 50% cut of the gang share of the vault loot. Or I walk. All right, you drive a hard bargain. 25% it is. Back to the crater then, shall we?
Listening is the key to life.
could always grab a trusted buddy to help you out with this. I mean, if you can trust anyone to be quiet about the network.
Scavenging is its own reward. Sometimes a wet and dirty one.